boy, what a day, what a day. More on that in a moment, but yeah, I got up pretty early. I didn't get a lot of sleep, and I've been working pretty much all day except for when I fell asleep in my chair like an old man. Mainly what I did was got rid of the GMC Yukon by the edge of the road. I'll give you whatever clips I have of that. And just like that, more space on our lawn. Look at the streamer on the back. Bye, Yukon. Thanks for some parts. Have an okay time, bye. Here's where that thing was sitting for far too long. Got hay growing out of it. Definitely not as long as the Eclipse because there's actually grass there. Not too bad, not too bad. All right, great success, very nice. Does that reference date me? Whatever. And got a little bit of money for that, basically for the scrap value and for the cats that were on it. And also have all these parts nice and tidy in here. This is just all bigger Yukon parts. That's all the electronics, dome light, and I have some more inside like the airbags and gauge cluster that I'll sell for like 40 to 60 bucks a piece. So hopefully I can make a little bit of money off that. Then I actually got rid of the Cadillac. Somebody came and bought that. And I do want your opinions real quick. He seemingly gave me pretty fair prices, and I believe him that they were. But basically, he gave us 200 bucks for the Cadillac, which was considering scrap. He scraps them in New Hampshire, as well as the cat on those, which I know is pretty valuable. It's a 97 Deville with the North Star V8. And then I also had 3 other cats. One of them was the integrated manifold cat from the 2001 Sentra. One of them was the second cat from that car, and one of them was the singular cat from the 96-200 SX SER. And he gave me 120 bucks for all 3 of those. He said he could probably make like 150 to 200 on them. You know, he's got to make a little bit of profit. He also gave me 4 bucks a battery for 7 batteries, which I know I can do a little better on that, but again, the hassle. So overall, it was like 350 bucks for the Cadillac batteries and 3 catalytic converters that I had. So I don't know if any of you know more about scrap prices. Let me know how I did. I think that shook out pretty fair, and he was a nice guy. We're hopefully going to do more business in the future. He's going to keep an eye out for Subarus in good shape that just have mechanical issues, because he gets that all the time when he's trying to get scrap, and he even said he knows where a really clean brat is that's just been sitting. You know how I would love one of those, even though I should not get more cars right now. So after doing all that, I was pretty bushed. Like I said, I took a little nap in the chair. And then I came back out to the garage, and I finally got the subframe out from under the 2.5 RS. But it was just the 2 ABS sensors holding it in. And even when I finally got those out, I forgot that one e-brake cable is still stuck in there. But I'll give you a little preview of the nonsense I had to go through to get those out. That used to be a perfectly round turret that the ABS sensor goes through. And I had to like slice and dice it and peel it out just so I could push the ABS sensor out. And I know you're probably thinking, 1, stupid to save ABS. Well, guess what? I don't think it is. Have your opinions if you want. 2, why not just buy a new ABS sensor? Well, these stupid little sensors right down here are something like $36 to $55 a piece. I don't remember exactly what they are, but I know they're expensive for this model. And not only that, but I would have to detach them from the car to replace them if I just cut the wires or something like that. And that's more work. And so even if they're only, let's say, $25 a piece, it basically took me like, I don't know, hour and a half piece to get them out of the car. And so, you know, is my time worth $25 to $50 an hour? Hopefully, as long as the sensors are still good. I managed not to beat them up too much. So I do have a topic I want to talk to you about real quick today, which is after parting out the Yukon, I just was thinking like, how much junk is too much? But no, really, like, I don't know if you guys have ever taken apart a car or parted it out or whatever, you know, just taken one to the scrapyard and thought about what you should take out of it. But what do you think is too much to take? Because I'll tell you, it didn't take very much time, but other than the stuff that was real valuable in the Yukon, I did not go crazy on that part out. But I did, you know, just for example, all the screws that I took out, even though most of them are pretty worthless to me, I did keep them. You know, these little captive nuts are super useful, for example, but I'll probably never get around to using this bag full of them because I have so much Subaru hardware. And then I also took all of these nice Delphi relays along with all the fuses, and especially the big fuses, like, you know, 60. I think some of them are even, I think they're 40, 50, and 60 amp fuses. Like, those are pretty cool. But you can only do this so many times before you literally have thousands of fuses and you never use any of them. How often do you burn out a fuse? So I'm just wondering from you folks, like, what do you think is too much? You know, when I parted out the Nissan Sentra, I took everything, but that was more of just to challenge myself and to really, really dig down to everything in the car. I wanted to take everything out of it, and I wanted to have it in case I needed it when I do the MR2 swap, and I wanted to see what I could sell later too. But you know, I have literally all of the hardware from that car, as long as it was good. You know, I mean, I know a lot of people think this is rusty junk, but trust me, a lot of this hardware is good and reusable. There's just lug nuts on top right now. But I don't know, it's probably like a 15-pound box of hardware, 10, 15 pounds. So I'm just curious, when do you stop? You know what I mean? Obviously, if I was parting out cars every day, I wouldn't collect all the hardware. I wouldn't collect all the fuses. But I'm just wondering if I'm crazy and if you think you should just send those things off to scrap, you know, take off the stuff that's worth 50, 100 bucks if it's real easy to get to, or not. But you know, give me your opinions, because I know a lot of y'all work on your own cars, obviously. And now let's talk a little bit about the 2.5 RS. So, like I said, it was kind of a nightmare getting that out. And then the one bolt here that really fought me, that made me cut off one of those little double bolt straps right here, one of these brackets for the differential. Well, I finally got that thing out. I will try to throw that clip in here. And I was just so miffed after fighting with the ABS sensors, fighting with the e-brake cable, and then that thing just caused me so much pain while I was trying to take the whole subframe out of the car. So as you can see, this thing is, you know, absolutely trashed. And when I do the full video about this rear end, I'll probably be hammering this thing a bit just to see how easy it comes apart too. I am going to reuse the diff, obviously, and this is kind of cool, actually. Let me see if I can show you, but this is an LSD diff. So if I turn it, that one is going forward, and that one is going forward. Woo-woo! So that's pretty cool. But the really interesting thing for me is that probably the best part of this car underneath is right above where I took that out. Like, that doesn't look that bad. You know what I'm saying? It looks okay. Obviously, some rust there that's mostly left over from the subframe. The gas tank is, you know, a little bit separating at the seams, but nothing crazy. And then over there is not bad. You know, but if you go anywhere else, like you can see a bodge drip hair right there and how bad the rockers are. I will be doing a full overview on this car. You know, that bracket's okay. This exhaust shield is trashed. But that gives me a little bit of hope for this car, I guess you could say, because it feels a little more worth trying to get it to a point where it can be inspected for a year at least before I go find another shell. But I don't really know. Obviously, I'll give you a full overview later and you can give me your whole opinion. You know, it has lots of problems. This stuff won't fail inspection at least, but it's still problematic. And I am going to be replacing that filler tube, which you can see is absolute trash. Real easy access now that the subframe is out of the way. Ugh. So, needless to say, I'm tired. I'm broken. Luckily, I'm not that cold because I had my nice heater and the insulating I did. But yeah, it's been a hell of a day. And I kind of hurt. And that's basically what I've got for you tonight, folks. I got rid of the Yukon, got rid of the Cadillac, got rid of the Sentra yesterday, took some valuable parts off of the Yukon, and I think I'm going to make some decent money on eBay with that. Again, if anybody does need some parts, let me know, but it doesn't seem like any of y'all own any GMC products. And let me know what you think when you're taking apart a car, when you're selling a car, you know, for scrap, or when you take it to the scrapyard. What all do you take? Do you think any of it's, you know, worth the time and effort, or would you rather just buy something new? And yeah, I don't know. Let me know what you think about the 2.5 RS and if you're still excited to see that. But I basically wanted to take this video just to update you where I'm at and the fact that there's actually good progress going on and get your opinions on some things, ask you a few questions. I've been blown away by how many comments I've been getting, and for the most part, overwhelmingly positive. So I really do appreciate you all. I really need a shower and some sleep. But overall, the good news is that this car is one step closer to moving out, and then I can actually build the welding cart I've been planning to build. That's going to be a cool video. I don't know if anybody's excited for that, but I'm excited to make it. Basically, I have some half-inch steel square tube there. I have some sheet metal, and I'm going to make my own welding cart. I have some cool heavy-duty casters down in there, too. I got the welding gas. I have my gas welder. And then as soon as that welding cart is done, which I'm only planning on taking me, you know, basically a day with filming and hopefully editing that day and everything, finally going to be welding on the Eclipse. Yes, I know I shouldn't have this wrench sitting on the hood, if I do set things on it, I try to be very careful. There, sit on the cheap Craftsman tool chest, not my rare, beautiful red baby. But yeah, so basically that thing's one step closer to actually getting out of the garage. I will be doing a little bit more on it, and I do need to work on the 2002 WRX still. It just hasn't been a priority since I don't have a garage bay. And so this gets the subframe, gets moved out. I build a welding cart. I start welding on the Eclipse. I'll probably do some of the WRX diagnosis at the same time, working back and forth on days. Probably tomorrow, I really need to work on finalizing my merch. And again, keep an eye out on Instagram for some opinions on that before I finally send them to the website. That's really all for tonight, folks. Thank you for watching 802 Garage. Let me know what you think of everything. And I really appreciate y'all. Things have been going awesome, and I had an awesome response to the worst car I've ever seen video on that Sentra. I mean, man, I wish I had shown you the rocker panels on that. They were completely rotted out. They had been filled with expanding foam that had been shaved down, painted, and then they put plastic covers over them, the original side skirts, and then screwed them in, of course, with like some roofing screws and self-tappers. Oh, man, that thing was just such a mess. But we do have a runner-up here for the second worst car I've ever seen. I appreciate y'all. I will catch you very soon. As always, tomorrow in this case, because I'm still doing daily videos and I haven't decided what to do about that yet, but I appreciate your opinions on that as well. Later, y'all. Bye-bye. Thanks for the SR20. Have a wonderful time.